The Defenders are back in Wales, and so are we, for round 4 of the Defender Challenge by Bowler. This is Overdrive. Now, there are some new faces here today, and some old ones. But this is a hill rally. Cars are tougher, the terrain is rougher, and it's all a bit more extreme. I run out of things that rhyme with upper. Ed Cobley, in Steve Richards' car for some reason, was back to add to his 3 series wins. Race to Recovery co-driver Stephanie Bodez was joined by Ben Gott and a Yeti. And another pair of familiar faces, the Taft cousins. Action got underway in the 4,000-acre Walters Arena, with bowler test driver Cobley leading the way. The Tafts set off in hot pursuit and traded second place with Gott over the first few stages. Hill rallying takes in the stages intended for the World Rally Championship and adds to them more extreme off-road sections. Cobley was so keen to gain an advantage over Gott and Taft that he turned to, shall we say, some enthusiastic driving.
I came into the bend far too quickly, trying to take a little bit more time out of the car behind me because I have to brake a bit later, whereas the other vehicle's got a limited slip dip in the back, so they can go on the power a bit earlier. Some of the other vehicles I've driven with Bowler and Land Rover, you can just throttle, clutch, turn right and you'll turn it straight round. As the video caption will show, that didn't work.
Gott showed Cobley how it should be done as he continued his fight with Taft for second place. The Tafts were enjoying their first taste of cross-country.
Excellent, yeah, really good, really enjoyed it. Very rough out there, but good fun. There's no plays notes as such on the stage, so you're driving on site. So makes a big difference. Yeah. So
and it's very rough. So you can be on a stage that is like a normal gravel stage, and then you'll do a 90 left into something that you would, off-road on normally.
Yeah.
Glyn Owen was securing his place in 4th position with some pretty exuberant driving, whilst returning driver Richard Hayward followed on in 5th. Matthew Mills, in the only grey defender, was holding his own in 6th place. Into the afternoon stages, and Cobley maintained his lead and made up for previous errors. Gott was closing him down in 2nd place, with the Yeti giving them some enthusiastic encouragement, and the Tafts held their own in 3rd place. At the end of day 1, Cobley led the pack, with Gott in 2nd place and Taft in 3rd. Owen was in 4th ahead of Hayward, and Mills took 6th. Day 2 opened with a big improvement in the weather, and yesterday's stages running in the opposite direction. Cobley used the dry tracks to his advantage to set some fast times for everyone to beat. Gott took up the challenge in his impossibly clean Defender and led the way for Taft to try and catch up. But things were all about to go wrong for Matthew Mills, as he discovered how rough a hill rally can be. So Matt, we can see behind you a rolled Land Rover. What happened there?
Literally that, it rolled. I was just a bad bend, got it wrong, and it just went up on his nose.
Was it bouncy, or did you feel it? It was
just hit a rock and it flipped it. Straight off. Just 1 minute we're going great guns, and the next minute it just hit the back and flipped us up on the nose.
You all right though?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, all good.
Co-driver okay?
Yeah, we're both fine.
How was it feeling before you
No, we're good. We were going really well today. Yesterday picked up a bit at the end, but no, we were going really well today until that, and it was just a nothing stage really, and it just hit a big rock and chucked us up on the nose.
So Ben, tough afternoon of stages. How was it for you?
It's been a great day, a great weekend really. We've first time I've raced this Defender, so it's sort of a learning curve yesterday. But about run 4-5, I got used to it, and I've been chasing Ed Cobley ever since. But it took too much time out of me in those first few stages, so now we're just sort of trading seconds on each lap.
Enjoying the car? It looks quite bouncy over certain parts of the track. How do you deal with that? Because I know one of the boys rolled his doing the similar sort of thing. So how was that? panning out for you?
Yeah, I mean, it is getting rough out there now. It was more wet and slippery yesterday, and now it's dried out, so you've got the speed, but the rocks are coming through. The cars are great. I mean, this Defender 90 is obviously a legendary vehicle.
Yeah.
It's nice to have doors and aircon, which isn't something I don't normally have with the buggy I normally race. But yeah, no, they're proving brilliant. We haven't had a single problem all weekend. Obviously, you've got to back off for some stuff. They just can't take it like the specials do, but I'm enjoying it very much.
Gott took several stages, with Taft trading seconds and wins with him and Cobley. But disaster befell the cousins, as their car also rolled over on the last but one stage, putting them out. And Harlow, who had taken over from Owen, into a podium position. A late downpour of rain only helped secure Cobley's lead at the end of the rally. So another win for Ed Cobley. Race to Recovery's Dakar veteran Ben Gott in second, and a surprise third place for newcomer Harlow. Richard Hayward came in fourth, and despite the rolls, Damien Taft was classified fifth, and Matthew Mills sixth. Ed, first place, gotta be happy with that. How is the track feeling?
Brilliant, no, great car, great event, great organisation. The stages have been fantastic. It's been extremely rough, but the Defender comes from the farm track to the racetrack once again. It does everything you ask it to. I've asked a few more things of it on a couple of stages and it's bitten me. As I think we have evidential footage of me trying to do donuts whilst I shouldn't, but no, it really is. The last stage for me was one of the best.
Even with all the rain?
Yeah, hardly any visibility. We're still pushing 95 mile an hour down the fast sections. The rough stuff for us with a live axle is quite difficult, but it's a 2.2 TDCI. We've got about 170 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. We've got a desert tyre on from Kumo, but the suspension is fantastic. It really is. It really is great.
So Ben, second place there, happy with that, or do you think you could have done better?
No, second place is pretty much where I hoped to be. Of course, I'd love to have beaten Ed, but he's been driving these cars for about a year, and this is my first weekend in it, so I just pulled out too big a margin yesterday when I was getting used to it for me to ever catch him up. But we've been trading times all day, so that's the proof is the pudding, and I'm happy with that.
I imagine it was a pretty big challenge on that last stage to try and just drive in those conditions, let alone see. How was it for you?
And I think the right word is epic. It was sideways rain, sideways car. The ditches had disappeared and turned into puddles, so you had to remember where each of the nasty cross ruts was. Of course I backed off and just made sure I brought it home in one piece.
Provisional third place, happy, or do you think you could have done better?
No, really happy with that. Shared the driving this weekend, so friend Lynn Owen was driving yesterday and I was navigating, and then I was driving today and Sarah was navigating for me. First time in the Defender, so yeah, really pleased with the outcome.
How was catching that shower earlier? Was it intense or?
Yeah, the penultimate stage, it just started raining about halfway round, made things a bit greasy. But the last stage, it was running down the tracks in rivers, and then suddenly you get to a lake and you couldn't see anything. So, but you just got to back off a bit. There was at least 2 minutes to Ben, so we were never going to catch him. And then Richard was a couple of minutes behind us, so there was no. We just had to keep going, don't bin it. So that was the idea. So, yeah.
Well, so that's it from round 4 of the Defender Challenge. Hopefully, we'll be seeing these guys again soon. But from all of us from Overdrive, see you next time.